long distance relationships and if you should ever entertain them. Let's get right into it. So me personally, when I think about long distance relationships, the first thing that comes to mind is waste of time. But that's because from my experience, I've seen if it's not short term long distance, and by short term I mean like, okay, you're going to the army, you got to go to basic training for a month or two, or you're going out on an adventure, going on a trip, and you might be away from your woman for a while. Then those things are different, right? That's different. But I'm talking about more so long term, where it's going to be 6 months, maybe a year or two, where y'all aren't really getting a chance to see each other. The only way y'all can communicate is through the internet. Now, I feel like these things are a waste of time because usually it doesn't last. I've seen it, especially like young couples, right? Young couples coming out of high school, going to college, and they both going to two different universities, or maybe one person's going to college and the others aren't. Most of the time, these relationships end with cheating because we're humans. We are by nature going to mess with people that are close to us in proximity, right? Since tribal time, where our tribe was here and we didn't have much other people around, we were only going to mess with the people that are close to us and around us. So long distance relationships are somewhat unnatural. And not to say that we can't do something that's not unnatural, because we just by being on nofap or semen retention, you are kind of doing something that's going against your animalistic nature. But that's why we're humans, right? We can do some things that animals can't. But when it comes to long distance relationships, like I said, most of them are gonna end with cheating or just growing apart, because the time apart. And maybe if you're the type of guy where you can be on FaceTime and talking to your girl, like texting, like damn near half the day, then yeah, it might work for a while. But if you're trying to be productive, you're trying to be a superior man, you're trying to work on yourself, you can't really have that distraction of thinking about what your partner is doing while they're in this other place. And the fact that, oh, you have to call her every day, like, to me, that's taking away too much from you trying to build your empire. But yeah, that's why I've never really entertained a long distance relationship. I remember at one point there was this girl, she was a beautiful young woman, and she was in a different city, right? She was actually in my home city, but I was away at college in another city. And she wanted to talk to me and have a relationship. And one of the things that I told her is like, I'm on campus, this is not gonna work out. We can chill when I come back into town, but we can't have a relationship because we're not in the same place right now. And I just had to be real with myself, because part of me did want a relationship with that girl, but did I think it was going to work out? And at this time in my life, I just wanted to be like an honest man. I didn't want to be lying to her down at college, still messing with other girls. And I got this girl at home that want to call me every day. Like, to me, that was going to take up too much of my time. And 9 times out of 10, especially like when we talk about young girls, these modern women, they're going to be, if you're somewhere else, they're going to be where they're at, going out with their friends and putting themselves in position to be around other guys, because that's what college does, right? That's what college does. It puts women in positions to where they feel like to fit in and be part of the crowd, they got to go to the parties, they got to drink and put themselves in compromising positions. Only other examples of ever even almost being in something long term have to do with like childhood and back in those middle school days when you're on Facebook and you got like 6 girlfriends at different schools that you never seen before. But as an adult, I don't think we really see it much, besides like working couples and couples that have to be in different places. But that's also a different thing too, because if my girl's into fashion and she's going to Fashion Week in Paris, and I'm into whatever I'm into, and I'm in South America doing what I need to do down there, that's long term. But like I said, it's short term. It's one of those things where while we're away from each other, we're working, we have stuff to do. We're not just in a place sitting around looking at other people thinking about whatever comes to mind. An idle mind is the devil's playground, and that's the last thing you want, is to have a woman that doesn't have any hobbies or have anything to do. And usually in a long-term relationship, if she's not around you, she's gonna be around other people, and hopefully it's other women, right? But sometimes it's gonna be other guys. So I've seen other videos like titles and thumbnails about how to make a long distance relationship work, but I'm very interested. I haven't watched it even, right? I'm very interested in after this video, I wanted to give my thoughts. I didn't want my thoughts to be like clouded by somebody else's opinion. So after this video, I'm gonna go watch those videos to see if they have any real knowledge, and maybe I'll make another video down the line if it does. But to me, it's waste of time. It's gonna do nothing for you. It's gonna mess up your productivity, because how are you gonna be able to get everything that you need to get done, and you sitting here worried about what some girl in another place is doing? To me, it's just, if you're trying to be a superior man, you're trying to build yourself up, you're working on building your empire, it's just not the way to go. Maybe the only circumstance I can think of is if she's a virgin and she's living with her parents that are very strict and not letting her, entertain any degenerate activities. But beyond that, I would just say it's a waste of time. But I'm interested to see what you guys say. So let me know your opinions down in the comments on longer term relationships. And one guy did comment on my other video about never getting back with your ex, and he was just like, how about if you were going through a long-term relationship because he moved out and some other things? And to me, you maybe want to get back with your ex if y'all broke up before because of a long-term relationship. But I don't know, but to me, I'm not getting back with no ex just because, like, she coming back with new tricks, man. She's coming back with some new tricks, and you're gonna be wondering how she learned them tricks, right? That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, let me know your opinions about long distance relationships, long-term long distance, because I think we can all agree that if it's short-term long distance, like maybe even a 2-3 months at most, like, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. But let me know what y'all think. Get to the Patreon if you want an extra few videos a week. It's always layout. I'm out.